Okay, my name is Wendy Winkelaar, and I want to share a funny story with you. I was teaching a grade 7 class many years ago, and I stumbled across this book. This was before I actually sold Usborne Books, and I only came to realize it was an Usborne book about 3 or 4 years after I started selling it, when I actually picked one up and added it to my stock. So this is called Pharaoh's Handbook. Now, I speak about it in the descriptions of the books earlier as well, when I posted a picture of the astronaut's handbook. Currently, it is not available in the ring binder, as you see here. It is actually available as a paperback, and price point's better too. But this particular version of the book, so let me tell you what happened. So I came into the classroom, told the kids, hey, I'm going to do a read aloud at grade 7 level. They kind of went, what's it called? I said, it's called Pharaoh's Handbook. And they're like, oh, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I started reading, and chapter 1 was How to Be a Living God. And they were like, oh, that sounds cool. And so forth and so on. But then, sorry, I have to turn it around. I got to about halfway the book, and all of a sudden the kids were like, teacher, like, what is going on? So we got to the beginning of chapter 5, and the title was Death for Beginners. And the kids were like, huh? And I made them predict, like orally, what was going to happen next. And the chapter starts like this. Let me read to you. You'll probably be king for several more years, and that will be fine in its own way. But then you'll die. And they went like, but miss, you've got like half the book left to go. And I said, yeah. And that's when things start getting really interesting. If you think this life is good, wait till you see the next one. And what is really cool is it really goes through the whole mummification process. So these books take it and make it funny, entertaining. But hey, they're learning. They walk away with so much more knowledge than they would have otherwise. So the handbooks, don't underestimate them. They are great. And as part of that too, I just want to share with you this series. Another clever way to disguise learning. In one of the other videos, I speak about how kids have different learning styles when I talk about graphic novels. And this is another example of that. Some kids just want information. They want it by the barrel load. Some kids want pictures. These newspapers, I mean, I would doubt that there's a student who goes through school, all 12 years of it, and never ever has to make a newspaper themselves. Even with today's technology and stuff, we're still encouraging kids to somehow, at one point, they have to learn how to write a newspaper article and present a newspaper. Well, these do that, and these books are just great examples for kids to actually see what it's like. Yes, we can use real newspapers as well, but when you're trying to get kids to actually make an imaginary newspaper. So what I like to do when I was teaching is I would actually lay these around the classroom, and the weeks preceding when we were actually going to be making the newspaper, and then I'd encourage kids to pick them up and flip through them and read an article here or there. And sometimes I'd read one out loud to them, and they would pick up on it. And then when I would introduce the idea that, hey guys, guess what? You're actually going to be writing a newspaper yourself. They actually had an idea of what I was looking for. And yeah, it always turned out well. And kids just devour it. These are my personal copies, and they've even become bathroom reading for a while, because there's just so much information to take in. There's hours and hours of reading in here, and rereading and understanding, and there's math, and there's jokes, and yeah. So not all of these titles are available right now. This is the full set. There's 6 of them. And but if you Google newspaper histories, then you will get not Google, if you, in the search bar, Google, write down newspaper histories, when you follow the party link, you will come across them, and they'll be great right there for you. So enjoy, and we'll see you again soon.